Today on the Topping Show, Tucker Carlson interviews Ice Cube and makes some people melt. Bud Light has a brace summer tweet that gets ratioed immediately. ESPN hosts rant on Ron DeSantis. Twitter handle is now at X, and their ads are 50% off. Apple is killing the iPod. GM is bringing back the Bolt. Google claims that they're not worried about the ad drop. TikTok to expand to e-commerce. Feds raise interest rate to a 22-year high. Tech companies are leaving New York City. And Trader Joe's has a recall because some of the cookies actually contain rocks. All that and much, much more on The Topping Show. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, see their founder release twice today. Have to say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, that's a joke. If you're an IT leader or business owner and need a little assistance, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Apple killing the iPod. Perhaps one of their most iconic products in tech history. And they let everyone know that once the remaining iPods on the shelf are sold, they will not be restocked, and they will not make a single new iPod. Now, rolling back the clock quite a bit, the first iPod debuted back in 2001 and really broke waves with their tagline that you could have 1,000 songs in your pocket, which today seems pretty rudimentary when you think a micro SD card can contain tens of thousands of songs, and it's about the size of someone's pinky fingernail. But at the time, it was revolutionary. I am perhaps dating myself when I say this because back when I was a kid, that was one of the coolest things you could have was all that music in your pocket, as opposed to having to burn a CD, which was a derivative of a mixtape, which actually used to be a physical tape, which before that was a record, which actually used to be a circular. But I digress. The music evolution has been fascinating throughout the years. And when asked for comment, you had Greg Jakowski, who's Apple's Senior Vice President of Worldwide Marketing. He noted that, quote, music has always been a part of the core of Apple, and bringing it to hundreds of millions of users in the way the iPod did impacted more than just the music industry. It also redefined how music is discovered, listened, and shared. Greg further on went to explain that, quote, today, the spirit of the iPod lives on. We've integrated our incredible music experience across all of our products, from our iPhone to the Apple Watch to the Apple HomePod Mini to across the Mac, iPad, and Apple TV. And Apple Music delivers industry-leading sound quality with support for spatial audio or spatial audio. There's no better way to enjoy, discover, and experience music, unquote. Now, I did butcher the spatial audio comment of his, but overall, I tend to agree. They brought music to the forefront to millions upon millions of people throughout the years, and it is a little sad to see this transition in technology where it was one of those things where there's a very good use case at the time for the iPod. The competition was more complex, more cumbersome. The physical designs were rudimentary to say the least. I know Microsoft spent untold billions on their Zune, which was a hilarious business fail, although also goes to show you could have all the resources on the planet, fiscally speaking, and still not be successful. No one remembers the Microsoft Zune, except tech gurus and, maybe a couple hipsters. The iPod really deviated from all the competition because it was that much better, and the quality was phenomenal. And unfortunately, now, everyone has their phones, and most people nowadays don't even own their music. They actually don't even pay for it or download it. It's just streaming. So yes, there's many reasons why they're killing the iPod. I suspect by now it's not very profitable in terms of when you look at Apple's sales, most people are overwhelmingly buying the iPhone, which of course has music capabilities built in. But you kind of have that cultural shift where nowadays everyone's just pretty hunky-dory with doing these streaming services where they pay a monthly service and they can listen to their songs on demand. Granted, I'm a little bit more of an old soul, so I prefer to actually own my music and download it so it can't be altered, manipulated, or taken away at a fraction of a notice. But that's just me. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, we're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers in the next couple of 30 days. So I really appreciate everyone taking the time to subscribe. Also, don't forget to like and comment. Those things also greatly help the videos get shared more often. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies. Heck, tell your coworkers again, tell your enemies again. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.